Yo, what is going on, everyone? Expert Gaming here today. Going to bring you guys a little review of how to disassemble the upper and lower slide of my Glock 34 Gen 5. It is unloaded. I checked it. As you can tell, I can even stick my pinky finger into it. Nothing. Dry fire. It's good. So, I did went to the range for like maybe 3 to 4 times. I actually love my Glock. I am getting a new handgun, so stay tuned for that one. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead. This is a straight uncut raw video of what you need to know of how to disassemble the gun. I do got a Gen 5 Glock mat with me. So whatever I say wrong, I'm not trying to look at the names or stuff like that. You guys could go ahead and comment me on down below if I do get it wrong. So yeah, I actually got home from work well over an hour ago. So I decided to shoot this. If you guys catch my stream last night, which the game froze and I had to totally restart the game and the stream itself. So yeah, let's go ahead, disassemble the Glock, get it over with. So to disassemble the upper and lower, you got these pins on the side where the trigger housing is at and your trigger. So to take off the Gen 5 Glock slide, you have to break some rules, pull the trigger back, rack the slide about that much. Some people will say about maybe 1/4 of an inch. Pull the pins down. Oh, it actually re-engage itself to its forward position. There we go. Alright. Now this gun is cleaned and lubricant, so I don't have to do nothing to it. So here is the lower, and we'll get to, here's the upper. I'm an idiot. I'm a little bit tired. My perishable truck came in a little bit, well, not a little, extremely late, so bear with me. I just want to do this video for you guys because I know how much you actually viewed my Glock and my 22, which I got with me standing, well, on the floor now. I had to make sure it's cleaned and lubricant. So, how to disassemble the upper slide. There is some easy takedowns for the slide itself. You got the spring, the barrel. Those are the easiest takedowns. You take apart the spring and the guide rod. You can set that to the side. You only have to push it up a little bit, then yank it out. Don't yank it out too hard because you'll break it. Then the barrel. The barrel lifts up and comes right off. You set that to the side. Now remember, in the beginning of this video, I said the gun was empty. In rules and regulations, when you clean your handgun, always put the ammo about 6 feet away from the firearm. Ammo has a tendency of finding its way back to the gun. And that's what I did. The ammo is in my room. So yeah. So like I said, this gun is perfectly clean, lubricant. I did not lubricate like the firing pin, shell ejector, the housing, anything. It creates rust, and I don't want that on my gun. So You take your little Allen key, as it should come with the Glock. You could use it. You do need another spares of Allen keys with you to reassemble the backplate. So what you do, this little groove right here, okay, you have to push down. Push it down and the backplate will come right off. As I'm going to do it. As you can tell, now the firing pin and the extractor pin is vulnerable. So here's the firing pin. I'm not going to take this apart because some people say this is real tricky to put back together because of the little bushings that's in the front. It is a pain in the butt. I'm going to set that to a side and the back plate. Then we'll get the shell ejector pin or rod, whatever you want to call it. As you can tell, spring and a little knob. Now I hear for most people, they say be careful when you take the back plate off. One of the parts could go flying. And I hear it's not easy to find unless you know where it lands. It did not happen to me, but it did happen in my bed where I was minding my own business, taking my upper slide apart. Now, I did not know how to take the lower apart until I was kind of noticing that it's a Gen 5 lower. And I said to myself, wait, I have a Gen 5 Glock. It has 2 pins and not 3. Because for each gen, from Gen 4, 3, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, has 3 pins. This one only has 2. So, yeah. Continue on. The shell ejector housing should just moves forward of the spring and there. You got the housing plus the spring. Set that to the side. Like I said, comment in the comment section down below of what names I got wrong. If not, then I tried. Then you got this. If I'm not mistaken, the extractor. So the extractor sits right there where that little groove is opened. Set that to the side. And now we have a fully disassembled upper. Okay. Time for the lower. The lower is real easy. 2 pins, one in the grip and one where the takedown levers are at. Now I'm not going to take the takedown levers off because there's no point. All I'm just going to do is push down the 2 pins as needed. Now you do gotta be careful because sometimes these can be a little bit tricky on most occasions. Some could come out from the left, some could come out from the right, like the grip itself. This came off from the right. And I always try to be careful with my lower because I don't want to break anything, nor try to, that came out from the left, nor try to replace it. because I'm pretty sure it's about maybe $100-$200, give or take. So, and I'm not trying to spend that much. I am keeping this Glock stock, so there is no point of upgrading it. Now I took the locking block off, and I'm going to set that forward where the springs, not the springs, the pins are at. Then here comes the slide release. We have a fully upgraded slide release where you cannot put a Gen 3 slide catch or slide release, however you want to call it, on the Gen 5 frame. Now, Glocks are durable, inexpensive, and very cheap. Now I took the trigger housing apart. Now, for this one, I'm not going to disassemble it. I'm just going to show you on how it normally comes in. If you're new to a Glock, be careful on what you're doing to your Glock, because at the end of the day, if you paid about $600 to $700 for a Gen 5, I'm not saying it's a little bit too overpriced, but it's cheap. You could find a Glock that's worth maybe, I don't know, $400 or $500. Now I paid $649 for mine. Now it is at least it's $100.49 more, but it was worth it. I did have to clean it. It was real dirty. I was going to go ahead, upgrade the barrel, spring, and slide, but I said this to myself, not yet. I already dumped in like 425 rounds into this gun. I'm pretty sure it hadn't been cleaned for a while. So now here is the lower, fully disassembled. Okay. Real easy, common parts of what you need to know. All right. Time to reassemble it. Now, you could go both ways. You could start from the lower to work your way up top, or top to lower. To me, I will work top to lower. So the upper slide, we're going to reassemble. Now, you got to remember this. When you took it apart, you got to take it apart piece by piece. It's called in order. So, first off, what we're going to do is we're not going to put the barrel and the spring in. No bueno. We're going to put back the extractor where it was sitting, back where it belonged. I don't want to tilt it too much because it will fall over like it just did. Get back in there. Now I gotta hold the extractor with the firing pin. If I could get it in right. And I know I did not get it in right. Nope, I sure did not. in the wrong ways. Now you don't want to put the firing extractor or the firing pin slash extractor upwards because you need to have it sideways. There. Then we'll put the firing pin inside. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this will be called the firing sleeve. Now, I did not show it to you, but here's the firing pin inside, lined up. All we need to get is a firing sleeve. Now, the way you took it off is supposed to be rod in, spring out. Same order of reverse. Rod in, spring out. And then we have to put the back plate in. Then with your Allen key, you gotta push the firing pin forward. Then you'll see how the back plate move forward. Then the firing sleeve. Now the upper has almost been fully assembled. All what's left is the barrel, the spring, and the guide rod. As you can tell, all it needs to be realigned, and boom. Now we have a fully upper slide. We'll set this to the side. Now do not drop the upper slide because you may dent the forward housing where the spring sits. Do not drop it. Treat your gun as it's supposed to be treated, like if it was loaded, as they say. Now we'll start reconnecting all of the lower parts back into the lower frame. Your trigger and trigger housing should go in like so. And then your slide release goes in next, as you can tell. Then the locking block should snug right in. Now, the small tricky part is to get everything realigned. As I could tell, my locking block and the slide catch are not aligned. Ain't that swell? It's a good thing I caught it before anything else, and I knew what was wrong. My stuff will cooperate a little bit more better. There. Now everything's realigned. I can see all my holes, as you can tell. This one's clear. So is that. Now your pins, you could do it in reverse style as well. Do not lose this pin. I hear they're very cheap. Make sure you use a small Allen key to make sure to realign all the holes. Expect it. It's a little bit off. Alright, good enough. Then you got your large pin should go right here with the slide catch and locking block. You don't have to use a hammer. All you gotta do is just feel it by touch and it should lock into place. There. Make sure you could test it. Like the actual slide was up here. And then you reassemble back the slide. Do a couple of dry fires. And lock it to the rear. And drop the slide. And it works. Alright, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Now my new handgun will be coming in to this channel real soon. And this Glock will be my range Glock. It's not going to be my everyday carry. I'll use this for the range, and the new handgun that I'm getting will be my everyday carry. And I'll make that a review once I do a little bit more research on it. So with the Gen 5, I really haven't done anything. Like, I just got it on site. So yeah. And with my 22, I got that from a co-worker. He was selling it. He gave me the offer. I was like, why not? So actually, the Glock is my second firearm that I have. The 22 was my first. This is the second. My third one will be in its way within like a week or two. So yeah, stay tuned. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Comment in the comment section. See if I got anything. And I know I have 100% doubt everything wrong when I took apart this gun. So I hope you guys stay safe. Wear protection when you're in range. Eyes, ears, you name it. Always treat your gun when you're at home. Always treat it if it's loaded when it's not. If you have a empty gun, like I said, treat it like it's loaded. I keep my gun loaded with me because I'm in a decentable environment, but it can get a little bit rowdy. Without further ado, let me go ahead and stop talking. Let me go ahead and get some dinner going. I'll catch you guys on the flip side of the upcoming live stream.